Hello everybody, welcome back to the Roost. It's about 11:45 now. It was 8:45 in my first video, and we're in the eye of the storm right now. You can see there's a little, very light breeze blowing. It's just starting to pick back up. We're getting our first gust here, but we are in the center of rotation. Earlier, the clouds were blowing to the west. Now if you look up, you really don't know the directions here, but now they're blowing 90 degrees from where they were before. Now they're blowing north. And there's a limb that just fell out of the tree. You can see the yard here is full of small things. So far nothing too big has come down, thank God. Here, I don't know what the rest of the county is like. There's some flooding going on here, as you see. There's a wet weather spring up the hill that opens up and flows down through the yard here. And I always worry about these three pine trees, and this middle one in particular, about winds uprooting it because of the way this water flows. And we'll get over here. You'll see this is a significant flow. Again, it's a wet weather spring. It only runs when it's wet. But this is clean water. You could drink this. This is groundwater that is coming up. This is not rainwater runoff. This is actually groundwater. So you could drink this if you wanted to. Probably wouldn't advise it. It's been running through the yard here. Who knows what it might have picked up along the way. And down through the woods. If you look, I don't want to walk up there now because the winds could come back at any minute, but at the edge of the woods, way up there, just inside the woods, there's a road. If you watched my October woods walk video, we walked on that road. That's where the water comes out. You see there's kind of the land is very low right there. There's kind of a draw. You see that? The water just follows that down around. It comes out here. Now, there's a permanent spring back on the farm on the other side of the hill that runs all the time. And it's a really good water source for the animals and the rest of our farm needs back there. But this is the wet weather spring. It would be kind of nice if this would run all the time. I would build a spring house here and we'd use this as a water source, but it's always only been wet weather. Yeah, so you see there's a little bit of litter here and there. So far so good. But yes, we are in the center of the rotation right now, so things are nice and calm. I would call it an eye, but we're still clouded in. The storm's so far inland now and so disorganized, I don't think there's actually a well-defined eye. But right before it got calm, as is the norm with these kind of storms, right before it got calm, it was hell. It was hell there for a while. Extreme winds, very high gust, extreme sustained wind. I don't know. Our weather station has lost power, so I don't know exactly what the speed of the wind was, but it was sustained probably somewhere around 35 miles an hour, which for around here is a lot. Gusts probably closer to 60. It was pretty bad. I'm gonna walk down here. We'll see. Here's some more of that water that's running. Now, this is really not that big of a deal. This happens all the time. It runs right around the corner of the barn there and right down this way. And it drains over here into this furrow. You see this furrow here? I plowed that out many years ago for this exact purpose, to keep this water out of the garden. And you see it's doing its job. Probably gonna have to dig that again one of these days because it's slowly but surely filling in. But rain wise, it's been raining like cats and dogs for the past 3 or 4 days. So we're having high wind on top of completely saturated ground, which means trees tend to uproot. And that's probably what happened to the power. The power's still out, of course. I expect it to be out at least till tomorrow sometime. It might be longer. Because, like I say, I don't know what kind of shape the rest of the county is in. Sorry, I'm moving this around a little too much. But you see it's relatively calm right now. Very, very gentle breeze. Ranging from dead calm to gentle. And the birds have started to get active again. I don't know if you can hear them. Again, you're probably hearing a little wind noise. I apologize for that. I'm trying to shelter it the best I can and keep my back to the wind. But we're still here. Everything seems to be in pretty good shape, all told. Hope everybody else around here is doing okay. And I know it hit Florida pretty hard earlier. I don't know what kind of shape they're in down there. I haven't been able to talk to anybody that I know down there on the ground. So hopefully everybody's doing fine. And I'm turning around to kind of stay out of the wind. But the other side of the storm will be hitting here any minute, I guess. I don't know how wide this rotation center actually is. And the other side of the storm is always worse. So just hang on. It starts out really, really rough because, you know, you're on the eye wall again, and the eye wall is where the high wind is. So it starts off pretty rough. Plus the trailing edge of the storm, trailing side of the storm is always bigger. So there's more of it on the other side, but we've made it through the first side okay. And hopefully we'll be doing pretty good when you hear from me again. I don't know when I'll be streaming again, but sometime, whenever the power comes back on, and if the world hasn't totally come unbuttoned, we'll be all right. Now the surface wind now is coming out of the south, blowing north. It was coming out of the east, blowing west. So when the center gets all the way past, we'll have wind blowing from the west to the east, the opposite of what we just had this morning. So I'll tell you, this is a first. I've never been in the eye of a storm up here in the mountains in Virginia. This is really pretty wild. But that's it for now. Bye-bye. I'll come back out later and shoot a video when all hell breaks loose again. So I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. This right here is pretty much the only significant damage we've suffered so far. This post, this trumpet vine growing on it. You see it's leaning over. This was perpendicular this morning. And actually, during the heaviest winds, which I really couldn't get out here to video it, this post, you can see the birdhouse on it, was actually spinning around and around and around in the ground. The wind was just driving it around and around in a vicious circle. So, again, when the storm hits again, the wind will be coming from that way. It'll be blowing this way. The house will be sheltering this, so it probably, you know, it may not fall down. I don't know. That's probably a whole lot of wishful thinking, but you know, if that's all we got to deal with, that's fine. That and picking up some limbs. Whoop-de-doo, right? You can kind of see it there. The big waller hole it's made in the ground from going around and around and around and around. You see just how saturated the earth is. Look at that. Just a soupy mess. There's a hole in the cloud right there. You can almost see the sun about to come out. I don't think it's quite going to make it. That's pretty much right overhead. But it's brighter out here now than it's been all day. There's Big Hint Head. weathered the storm pretty well. I mean, he's going to go check the limb, probably pee on it. Do the dog thing. Yeah. Here's the good old-fashioned rain gauge. Now, this is just the rain since this morning. A little over 5 inches. It's been raining like crazy. I'm going to dump it. See how much more we get on the other side of the storm. Because again, our fancy weather station is not working too well without power. The house network is down. So without networking, we can't really do much with the data from that guy. So that's why we've got these old-fashioned things. Hey, there's blue sky. Look at there. I thought we might see a little patch. Look, 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 look. Yeah, there it is. So that's what, you know, it's a nice day up above Helene anyway. But down here in the midst of it, tain't much. Tain't much. You walk out in the field here, you might get... Oh, it's closing up. We got a little bit of a hole there. And there's another one. See it? A little blue sky up there. And those clouds are racing. So yeah, this is what it's like inside the eye of the storm. It's pretty daggone pleasant. Here anytime now, it's gonna go back to hell any moment. So when the other side of that eye wall comes around, we're gonna have to hold on. But for now, it's not too bad. Those crows are enjoying it. You can see there's some dark clouds to the east. Very dark clouds to the west. And well, all around really. But the rotation is definitely, or the motion of the clouds is definitely changing. Definitely changing. If we look back to the south now, there was another blue spot there. I didn't get whipped around fast enough for you to see it. But anyway, I'm just glad this is hitting before the leaves were much farther along, because we'd lose all our fall color. I don't know if you can see. Let me get the light a little better. You might be able to see that maple in the front yard is starting to turn kind of an orange. And we were getting, you know, a little bit of color around. But most of the leaves that had changed, a lot of them are gone. Now, one thing that's happening right now is it's getting very, very warm. The temperature is definitely increasing, which is not a surprise. You know, we're talking about tropical air here. I don't know what the pressure is. I'd love to know what the air pressure is right now. In fact, let me go in the house. I have got an old school barometer in there. I'd love to know what it is. It's bound to be pretty low. Well, according to this old girl, it's pretty low. It's relatively low, but it's not like mega low. I'm not real sure how accurate this is. Let me turn the knob there so I can keep track. But you see where the white is, the white needle between rising and falling? That's where it was this morning before the storm hit. So we've dropped about an inch of mercury since then. That's significant. That is a significant drop in pressure. Again, this thing is probably not exactly calibrated because, I don't know, this is something from the 50s. But, I mean, it gives us an idea, right? Let me turn the thing. I'll be right back. All right, so what you do, you just turn that middle thing to line up with the, you know, the current pressure. And that way you can keep track of it. See, it's that simple. Since we're in the middle of the storm, we're probably at the lowest pressure we're going to get. But I would have thought we would be, down below 29 inches. But dropping an inch of mercury in just a few hours is pretty significant, nonetheless. So let me put this back inside here. It's good and low. So it pays to have backup instruments when it comes to weather. Temperature right now, we're looking at about, well, let's look. Probably somewhere around 70 degrees. Temperature, we're looking at about 72, 73. So, really extremely comfortable. Biggie and Buddy have decided to go out and explore the field. They're probably needing to go to the bathroom. They've been cooped up a while. The wind's starting to pick back up. So I'm going to be going back in pretty soon. But if there's anything else to talk about, I'll talk about it later. See you then. I hope everybody's safe and having a great day. Bye-bye. Hello. Don't pay any mind to me. All right, the weather finally settled down, and now the dogs are happy. You happy, Big? Still got a little breeze going. This is the day after the tropical storm Helene. Is Helene? Helene, right? Anyway. Boys are feisty. Uh-oh, Biggie's wanting to do the nasty. Come on, guys. This is a family show. Pepper's not interested, are you, Pepper? Are you interested? They all just ate their supper. And they've been cooped up in the house for days. Because it's been raining for days. Ain't it, Pep? It's been raining for days. You're a good girl. And then we don't rain for like 3 days, and then we had a tropical storm. Again, we're here in the mountains of Virginia, which we don't usually get tropical storms here. There's our post that fell over. Come on, excuse me. I'm gonna run around the house. Let's go see what they're doing. Come on, Pepper. Pepper's with me. Let's go show them what's what. I had to put these on the gas bottle lid to keep it from blowing off. Bunch of trees down in the county. Some people flooded out. Some houses blew down. Some houses trees blew down onto houses. We got lucky. We're thankful. We pray to God and thank Him for that we didn't get splattered. It could have been a whole lot worse than it was. They're just going to wrestle. They're just going to run around. See, all this is deadfall here from this maple tree. This maple tree, near as I can tell, is about 135 years old. Been here a while. It's starting to get quite a bit of dead limbs and twigs, sticks, and whatever in it. So, don't know how many more years it's going to be here, but we'll love it and appreciate it while it is, won't we, Big? Yeah, Big sure likes it. In fact, this place with all these sticks right here, that's one of Biggie's wallers. He wallers in that, and he was getting kind of out of control, so I started putting sticks in there to keep him from wallowing in there. Once the grass kind of takes hold again, I'll clean that up and maybe bring some more dirt in here and fill that in. He's got little wallers like that all over the place. He gets hot in the summertime. It also helps him stay clean. He takes dust baths, etc. Here's another stick fell out of the maple. No living parts fell out of this tree. It was all deadfall, so it's probably good for the tree. If you look under this bush here, there's one of Biggie's wallers. It's getting dark. I probably can't see that. It's about 7:30 p.m. Yeah, it's getting a little dark for video under the bushes, isn't it? Alright, guys. You look like you're up to no good. Look how they're acting innocent. Are you innocent? Huh? Are you? Hi, buddy. Are you innocent? Say yeah. I'm real innocent. You got slobber all over your neck. Where they play fight, they grab one another's necks and, you know, chew and gnaw. Slobber all over one another. I guess that's another way y'all get a bath, huh? Yeah, these boys stick together pretty good. Pepper, well, her and Biggie both, they're getting up in years. But Pepper doesn't play as much as she used to. Plus, she's a girl. Girl dogs act different than boy dogs. If you're not a dog person, you may not know. Totally different personalities. Right, Biggie? There they go. Around the bush they go. Well, I guess that's going to be it for now. It was clear for all the late evening, or late afternoon rather, and now we're all socked in again. The remnants of Helene are supposed to push back east from that direction. That's west. That's the direction it went, kind of that way, northwest, when it left out of here. Again, the eye, if you could call it that, the center of rotation passed right over the house today. Hopefully that video will be usable and you will have seen that already. But so anyway, it's supposed to push back eastward by Saturday night, Sunday, so we're going to get drenched again. Don't know, probably not going to be a whole lot of wind, but probably some. They say it could be breezy tonight till about midnight or so. There comes another one. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's probably deafening it. But you can kind of, that's nothing to what we had earlier today. It was pretty spooky. A lot of people in these parts have never lived through a tropical cyclone like that. Of course, again, we're in the mountains of Virginia, not a region known for hurricane, tropical storms, that kind of thing. We're about 400 miles from the coast. The shortest distance, the closest beach town to us is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And it's about 400 miles or so from here. And of course the hurricanes usually come up from the Gulf, which is, that coast is even farther, down around Tallahassee in Florida. So usually when they get up this far, they've petered out quite a bit. But this one didn't peter out that much. It hit us as a tropical storm this morning at starting about 9:45 or 8:45, I'm sorry, 8:45 this morning. Eastern Standard Time. It hit us as a tropical storm, and which is just kind of crazy. So for any of you climate change deniers that might still be out there, this could be a wake-up call for you. This is really weird, and I've talked to a lot of my neighbors and friends here that are much older than me. Here come the dogs back, and including an uncle who's 85, and he doesn't remember anything remotely like this before. In fact, talked to a friend that lives down in Macon, Georgia, this afternoon, and he's out of power, and they told him not to expect power for another couple weeks probably. And they get a lot of hurricanes and hurricane remnants down there where he's at. Macon's in South Georgia, not far from the Florida line, and he's never seen a storm quite like this either. This was a weird one. Hopefully it's a one-off, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a new normal going forward. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong about that. Biggie, what do you think? Is this the new normal, Biggie? I don't know. He's wanting to protect me. He's he's a shepherding dog, so he's over here protecting me now. He does that a lot. He'll stand right next to me. Sometimes he'll come in the house and just put his head in the lamp and just stand there. You're a good boy, aren't you, Biggie? Can you say, have a good evening, everybody? Can you say it? Huh? I know Pepper won't say it. Anyway, I hope that you and yours are safe wherever you might be, and that all your loved ones are safe wherever they might be. I hope you're having a nice morning, afternoon, or night. I'll see you next time. This is Rock in the Rocks Roost. Bye-bye.